Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet. Voice you know with the News You Trust studio. Sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Allevo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. I'm Allison Kinney. Now let's take a look at what's making agricultural news. With the government slowly reopening, the weekly government reports, including the export sales, are covering the data that was missed during the shutdown. Allendale commodity broker Greg McBride said it will take a while for the government to catch up with.
Yeah, we're going to be playing catch up for a little while here. This will take us until about Christmas to get caught up on these export numbers, just the same way as the Commitment of Traders reports from the CFTC will take us until about the end of January to get caught up.
This report covers the data from September 26th to October 2nd. McBride said the corn sales were some of the best for the time frame.
Here's what we got today. Today was the time frame of September 26th through October 2nd. We did get the sales of 2.259 million tons for corn. We got the sales of 919,000 for soybeans, and a big number for wheat at 888,000 tons. So overall, we're going to look at these numbers for corn. These are the third best for that particular week that we've ever had. Continues the good trend of sales for corn.
McBride said the soybean numbers weren't as good, but they are still acceptable.
These were okay. They weren't phenomenal, but they do represent. They're just fine, I guess that's the best way to put it. We're still behind where we need to be, but we do know that there is Chinese demand that has taken place that would not be on this report, but we will start to see that reflected here, hopefully in the not too distant future.
McBride added that China made a purchase of over 1 million tons of soybeans, which is the start to their apparent commitment to purchase 12 million tons by the end of the year. Also making headlines today, Tyson Foods is closing its plant in Lexington, Nebraska. It's in an effort to right the size of the company's business. Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen said it's a hard thing for the company's employees, and it was a difficult decision.
I think for anybody to think that they've made that decision lightly and without any care is just not the way it is. However, what's really important is we've got to pick up the pieces and work together because we have a lot of great families in Lexington. Hey, Lexington's the All-American City. In the 70s, it was recognized as the All-American City. In my view of the world, all the people that I know in Dawson County, it's exactly that way. And so we've got to work hard to figure out how to make some things happen.
Despite the previous blow to Nebraskan agriculture, Pillen said the news isn't all bad for the state's cattle producers.
The good news for Nebraska cattlemen, we have a new producer-owned plant that's ramping up in sustainable beef in North Platte. We'll be able to be strengthened and create great opportunities for the people. The number that I've gotten from sustainable beef is like 35% of the new workforce is already from Lexington, and they'll be able to have more. So that's going to be a good step. The beef plant in Hastings, that plant is going to go from 500 head to 1,200 head, providing kosher beef for Israel and Jewish communities. So those are good news with growth.
Pillen said Nebraska is working on all possible options to help fill in the gap left by the plant closure.
I talked to lots of cattlemen. There's a lot of cattlemen that would really, really like to be involved in possible purchase of the plant and keep it running, speeding up and making the sustainable beef plant be able to take care of more processing. There could be possibilities. Everything's on the table. We're all in the early exploration stages of making that happen. So to get into the detail publicly certainly wouldn't be appropriate, but you can be rest assured that there's everything on the table to be able to create opportunities.
Again, that's Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen. Rounding out the headlines today, USDA forecasts for increased wheat yields and production play a role in both larger ending stock numbers and a lower season ending average price estimate.
Really, our only change was to incorporate the information we got September 30th from the small grains report. That showed a 58 million bushel increase in the U.S. wheat crop. So that's incorporated into our domestic balance sheet. Basically, that increase in production just falls right into ending stocks. We did reduce our season average price forecast. We lowered it 10 cents a bushel. So now it's at $5 per bushel. That would be down 52 cents per bushel year over year.
World Agricultural Outlook Board Chair Mike Winowski said the U.S. is among several global wheat producing nations reporting year-over-year production increases. The result?
We raised our global wheat production forecast this month by 12.7 million metric tons, brings the total up to 828.9 million metric tons, by far a record.
Again, that's Mark Janowski of the World Agricultural Outlook Board. Now let's take a look at the markets, brought to you by Seed Consultants, simply better performance. Learn more online at seedconsultants.com. December corn closing in today down a quarter at 423.5. March corn up 1.5 at 438.25. January soybeans are up 1.5 at 1124.75. March soybeans up 2 3/4 at 1134.75. December wheat is up 5 at 527.25. July wheat is up 4 at 555.5. And December live cattle are down 20 cents at 207. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to the Ohio AgNet.